Hey, today we are going to build a customer churn predictor together using Python and Scikit-Learn. I will explain each important line the way I wish someone explained it to me when I was starting out. First, what is churn? It simply means a customer stops using your product. They cancel the plan or they just fade away. If we notice the warning signs early, the team can call them, help them, or offer a better plan before they leave. Here is a useful fact. Bringing in a brand new customer often costs 5 to 25 times more than keeping someone you already have. So early prediction is not a luxury. It is money saved. Our roadmap is calm and clear. Load the data, prepare it, train a model, check whether it really catches levers, then save the result. We will pretend we have a small telecom CSV. Think tenure, monthly charges, contract type, and a churn column. 1 means left, 0 means stayed. Alright, open your editor with me. We start with imports because every tool needs a name on the page. The first line is import pandas as PD. Pandas is our table tool. It loads the CSV and lets us look at rows like a spreadsheet. Next, import joblib. Later, joblib will save the finished model to disk so we do not have to retrain every morning. Now this line from sklearn. Model selection import train test a split. That function hides some customers on purpose so we can test honestly later. Next import from sklearn. Compose import ColumnTransformer. This is the helper that treats text columns and number columns in different ways in one step. Then we import OneHotEncoder and StandardScaler from sklearn. Preprocessing. OneHot encoding turns words like month to month into numbers. Scaling keeps big bills from overpowering small tenure values. From sklearn, pipeline import pipeline. A pipeline is like a recipe card. Prep first, model second, always in the same order. From sklearn. Linear model import logistic regression. This is a friendly starter model. It can give us a probability of churn, not only a blunt yes or no. And from sklearn. Metrics import classification report. After we predict this prints precision, recall, and the F1 score in a neat table. Now load the file. This line says df equals pd, read CSV, and we point it at customers. CSV. That creates a data frame called df. Right under it print df. Shape. Shape answers a basic question. How many rows and how many columns did we actually load? Also print df head. Head shows the first few customers. Use your eyes. Catch missing values or weird numbers before any modeling. Next we split the table into inputs and the answer. X equals df, drop off the churn column. So X is everything the model is allowed to look at. Then Y equals df of churn. Y is the label. 1 means that person left. 0 means they stayed. Now the honest practice exam. We call train test split on X and Y and we unpack 4 things. X train, X test, Y train and Y test. Inside that call, test size is 0.2. That means 20% of customers stay hidden for the final check. We also set stratify to Y. That keeps a similar mix of levers and stayers in both train and test. Fairer split. And random state is 42. Same seed means the same split every time you rerun the notebook. That helps debugging. Before you rush ahead, pause. Print the training shape and print why train value counts. Confirm sizes and see how rare churn is in your set. Now we prepare the columns. Make a list called cat calls for text fields like contract. Make num calls for numbers like tenure and monthly charges. Create pre with ColumnTransformer. Think of it as a fork in the road. Text goes one way, numbers go the other, then both join again. On the text path, use OneHotEncoder and set handle unknown to ignore. If a new contract type appears later, prediction will not crash. On the number path, use StandardScaler. Now, a huge monthly bill cannot bully a small tenure number during training. Next, we build pipe as a pipeline with two named steps. First, prep is our transformer. Second, clap is logistic regression with maxed iter set to 1000. Why max iter 1000? So the solver has enough room to finish. Beginners often hit a warning when this number is too low. Here comes the most important line. Pipe fit on X train and Y train. In one call, it learns the encoding, the scaling, and the model weights together. After fitting, we predict grid equals pipe, predict on X test. Every hidden customer becomes a 0 or a 1. Then print classification, report on Y test and widespread. Do not only glance at accuracy. Look at the row for class 1. That is your churn precision and recall. Useful fact. If only 1% of customers churn, a lazy model that always says stay can look 99% accurate while catching 0 levers. That trap is called class imbalance. So ask the real question. Did we catch the people who actually left? Next, we want scores, not only hard labels. Proba equals pipe. Predict proba on X test and we take column 1. That column is each person's chance of churning. You can choose your own cut. For example, mark anyone at 0.3 or higher as high risk if missing a lever hurts more than a false alarm. Finally, save the whole pipeline with joblib. Dump into a file like churn pipeline. Joblib. Later you load it and score brand new customers the same way. Let us glance at the same flow in a Jupyter notebook, cell by cell, so the order feels natural. Then in Visual Studio Code, we scroll the full beginner script once more from the first import down to joblib. Dump. Keep this picture. Import. Load. Make X and Y split, preprocess in a pipeline. Fit. Check churn recall. Tune the threshold. Save. That is automated churn prediction explained line by line.